Oh
man. I mean, the fun part about it is, at least the fun part about this whole thing, we get to talk about a lot of stupid things and I mean, it ain't like I just saw that background you just put up. It's not like any of this shit is like off the talk about everything. Fuck it. I don't know. I got kind of lost right there, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, y'all ready? Ready to do this?
Just to let you know, on the podcast, when people listen to the podcast, D is an asshole. Every 12 minutes, even if we're in the middle of a sentence, and I'm gonna be an asshole on one of them. I'm gonna play the 3-1 where you hear Universal Studios, where you can ride the
movies.
And then it'll be y'all remember we were little. Then it'd be 3 commercials. WMAC Masters will be right back, and you'd be like, no.
That was so egregious with that shit in the second season, where it'd be like an important plot line, and all of a sudden they cut at the stupid ass fucking.
And that's when it really started. It started in the second season. That's when they went all the way. That's when the syndicated show. That's when the syndicated show knew it was all the way syndicated, so they could play around with that shit.
It's like, come on, guys! Like, you don't have to sit there and get at the worst. They didn't even fucking time it. The commercials they timed it at the worst possible time. It was like at the dumbest part to cut it, and it's like that's the worst part you would cut this at. This doesn't make any sense.
You know, my favorite. My favorite. My favorite one was this. Oh, look on the screen. There's your masked ninja. Everyone turns.
It's like you don't even know who it is.
I'm like, what?
That's like I used to get mad as a kid, and what I found out was advertising really does fucking move the world. Because especially you was syndicated show, because I remember Xena did that same thing. Remember Hercules did that same thing. I remember where Highlander did that same thing. I remember every
Beastmaster do that too.
Yes,
they did. Yes, they did. Every syndicated show did that shit. Where they'll pretty much have 5 fucking commercial breaks. No, 6 commercial breaks.
Fucking
in an hour-long show.
Fucking Relic Hunter. Every 5 minutes, she moves 10 feet. We're cut the commercial break. I'm like, she just moved 5 feet. What are we doing here? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, but you know the other one that was also the bane of that crap? Mortal Kombat Conquest.
Bro, I hated that shit. And you know what? The only time it had less commercials was right after Nitro. For some reason, they didn't have as many commercials for Conquest after Nitro than it did on a Saturday afternoon, where it was like commercials every 5 minutes.
WWE.
But then they brought it back again. They tried to do that during the first season of Silk Stockings, and when they realized that was tanking down the ratings, they stopped that.
Oh yeah, USA knew what they were doing. It was like, yeah, let's throw some commercials on Silk Stockings at 11 o'clock at night, because who the fuck are we advertising to?
You know, it was MTV did that too. MTV played a lot of commercials. And that's because they had to. And they had to because it was all advertisement. It was all about advertisement. And
a good example.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say a good example of that, D. Remember all the times that you and I, like you would call me or I'd call you, and you would hit me up about AO Airs, like check out this episode of Daria, right? And it'd be the one that would come on. It's like, I think I either turn to MTV or MTV2, and I'm like, oh snap, this is a good episode. I'm getting 3 minutes in. La 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 la. Commercial break.
Tsunami was infamous for it because I still got them Gundam Wing on VHSs that I recorded, and
I do too.
Commercials out the ass like Gundam Wing will be back on Tsunami, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Gundam Wing will be right back, followed by Pardon Our Dust for the 40th time.
Yo, they had like back then they had to do that shit, man. Like they really had to emphasize the commercials back then because that's where all your income came from, and that's where. This is a good, going into what WMAC Masters is about. You'd think they would have like toys and stuff and all the rest of it. And they did have toys. They did
I had one of the toys. I actually had the Superstar one because shockingly enough, Hakeem the Machine was always the one that got sold out. Shockingly.
I feel like that show only had I feel like that show only had like 5 dolls made anyway. You know, like Olympus, Hakeem, Tsunami, Turbo, and like Superstar.
I think it was the main WMC Masters. None of the women. So yay misogyny.
No, see, that's why I tried to tell you, CJ, that they did make the figures, but none of them were the women.
Oh yeah, yay misogyny.
No, that ain't misogyny. That's good old 90s
sexism.
Toys.
Sexism.
That's good old 90s toys right there, nigga.
I don't know, man.
Hey kids, hey boys, you want to play with a little girl? No, I want to play with a girl. I don't mind it. Shut up, faggot. Yeah,
only one.
No. I think I cracked it. See, check this out. So, even if they did release it, and this actually would have been a good thing too. Like CJ, follow me on this.
Right.
If they release all the toys, and they release the girls, and the girls were released in limited quantity, guess which one would have went up for higher resale value?
Yeah, see, Saban knew what was up with Power Rangers because, shockingly enough, everybody wanted to get the Girl Rangers to complete the set, so that was a smart move. You would think that would apply for WMC Masters, but no, they didn't.
But hold on, but answer this one for me, Chris. Which one of the girls would have ranked up? Ranked up and higher.
Lady Lightning easily with her and her mullet of justice.
Lady Lightning, aka the only female character with actual character development.
Also great value, Michelle Yao. She might have got some hits.
Okay.
Too.
No, she wouldn't. Princess would have got nothing. Yo, real talk. I'm sorry to break that for you, Urs, but real talk, because he wanted to bring her up. I'm sorry. That girl got washed way too many fucking times for me to think that my daughter wants to look like her.
But off screen, she had 5 of the fucking dragon shits, and I'm like, where the fuck you get 5 from?
This was the main reason. Hold on. D, this was the main reason why I said to you when you was ragging on Tsunami, saying, "Yo, Tsunami got washed, like he never went up, bro." He had his. Hold on, he had his come up episode. He had one episode. He got 3 Dragon Stars in a row, right?
Episode 5.
And he got in the 5th episode, right? But when you look at the other characters, the other new characters that came in, especially towards the 2nd season of the show, bro, those characters. Number one, I think out of all those new characters, only one was decent.
What's that? That would be no. I was going to say Warlock, but Warlock was there before they even showed up. I would say
Warlock was season 1.
Yeah,
so,
Warlock.
God, who would be the one person?
Only one.
I mean,
if you had to, seriously, run down the list. If you had to pick between Kid Carmichael,
Bam.
Kid Carmichael, Bam.
But Bam was there for season 1. Bam was season 1.
Bam was season 1. Kid Carmichael, great value Kim Woo from Killer Instinct. Who else? God, who was the other character?
The Japanese nigga that only fought once.
Wizard. No, not Wizard. Wizard.
Cyclone. It was Cyclone.
Cyclone, yeah.
Tracer, as CJ called him, great value Bayman from DOA.
Granted, he was like you said, to your credit though, he was Bayman before Bayman was a thing. So you're right.
Dude, I was like, yo, who invited
he was
Gary?
The inspiration for Bayman.
Nigga, I was like, who are very Gary Daniels' cousin Jason to show up here?
I don't know. He could have been his long lost brother or some shit like that.
Hey, didn't he though? Look, hey, you know he thought he was badass because he had the camo pants and the beret. You know that nigga thought he was bad as shit.
Look, and you know what?
He told his kids and everything, man.
And that answers my question. The only one out of all of them that was decent was the most unlikable one, and that was Tracer. Because he had the most character development.
Hey, did
not only character development, I gotta be real, he probably could kick a couple guys' asses out there. Just because he seems like a guy that he seems like he lost a lot. But in that losing, he knows how to whoop somebody's ass. You know?
I couldn't tell after the dynamic duo of Star Warrior and Lady Lightning whooped him and Chameleon's ass for free. So, there's
that mixed gender joke was lit for like 5 minutes.
Hey, you
All
know what?
5 minutes.
Yo, that show did not know how to adjust the fucking damn power bars. It's like he didn't get hit. How did the power bar go? What is going
The
on?
second season was terrible. When they added those little power bars, they were terrible.
Because the first season, at least
first of all, they didn't even have power bars in the second season. They got released of it. They released the second season with super meters.
Yeah, so no, but the bars were there. But the problem was, like, the first season there was consistency on, like, oh, he got hit, so it goes down. Second season it was like, well, it's just there for aesthetics purposes. It's just like, whatever. He got kicked through a wall. Shouldn't that get all his meter down? Nah, he just gets up.
That's
and just
what I
brushes
thought. It was so funny. Angie was watching with me. Angie knew this was a show, but she never watched it. So, and that's what a lot of people, they knew this was a show. They just never fucking watched it. And I understand that shit. Because this show was one of those things that you had to fucking catch. And I guarantee if you was between 7 and 14 at that time, you watched this show. You watched the show. If you tripped over it and watched it once, you kept watching it. Because I couldn't get like half my friends into it. Only like one or two other people like, yeah, man, Turbo is my favorite person and shit like that. You know, whatever.
I can say this. WMAC Masters was the show that you watched when you couldn't get enough Power Rangers on Saturday morning.
Which, ironically enough, that's a good segue. So here's what I think made it so special. If the show was made now, I think they would have casted people that aren't martial arts inclined. And I think what made the show work is that, at least the first season, the strength of it was they got a bunch of people that were former stunt people in Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Conquest. They got a lot of people that did stunt works for Power Rangers and a lot of the Saban shows, especially if you look it up. And also some people that actually did stunt works on movies. So you get them all together and you put them in the show. And you structure it like WWE, where it's basically scripted, but because they're good at their respective martial arts and stuff, it just worked. You know,
but here's the thing about
and to piggyback off of that, CJ, you're right. All that would have been made today, and it would have been canceled 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's the big problem. One of the things that a lot of people don't really realize when it comes to WWE is that it's difficult to put out sports entertainment, period. It's difficult because it's always a moving goalpost. What was, holy shit, 5 months ago could be like, oh, you still doing that same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to really, I guess, they keep up. And people really have this aversion to shit not being real. Like despite how through the roof every fucking reality show is out there right now. Oh, WWE fake as fuck. What? Like, do you know?
But you'll watch a chick on Love and Hip Hop throw another drink in another bitch's face for like the umpteenth time.
But that's what I'm saying.
All right, cool.
But you can't. But you can't imagine Hakeem pulling a fucking kick that will probably knock out Superstar if he hit him flush. But if he does that, it's like, oh, see, that's fake. He could have hit him. Like, yo, chill the fuck out and watch it. It's a difficulty, and I guarantee you, WMAC would have had that problem because it was the same problem. A lot of people don't want to mention this that Lucha Underground had. Lucha Underground did the exact same thing WWE did, but it leaned a lot into just over the top storylines just for the sake of entertainment. Yeah. It really led to some good matches on the rest of that. The problem is it's hard to sell that to people actually because it's so wacky. It comes off just like a soap opera to them. So if anything, you could keep it to more of a sports element than a drama element. That will probably help it, but I don't know how long it will sustain it. Like Eric said it best. They would have brought it back and would have got canceled six years ago. I mean, but that's just the way it is, and it sucks. Now,
here's the other thing with WMAC, and both of y'all can probably agree with me on this. WMAC fits better as an attraction than a TV series.
Of course. That's what sports entertainment is supposed to be. You're there for the, oh my God.
It doesn't have, I made a comparison because it did come out at the same time that, because it's like 93. So this is like during the waning years of American Gladiators, because American Gladiators canceled like literally like 3 years, like 96. It was when it was in its last year. So American Gladiators, the last 2 years of American
Gladiators was
coasted.
Terrible.
It coasted.
Ooh, it coasted. It totally coasted.
And it goes into with this one where it's like, because let's be real, the whole structure of WMAC Masters is like this. You're fighting against different ninjas, which I appreciated because they made them kabuki warriors, camo ninjas, red ninjas. And they had them in different scenarios where they had them in different areas. So real talk, my favorite scene that they actually fought in was Ghost Town. I loved it.
Wait, I gotta point out something about Ghost Town. This will probably take you back a bit. Hey CJ, did you ever notice that when you look at Ghost Town on WMAC Masters, that somebody was obviously a fan of that show, recreated it, and put it in the King of Fighters movie?
Bruh.
Dog, I was gonna say it looked like the Ghost Town reminded me of the set of Hey Dude. If somebody just flipped over the building.
Time out, sir. That was at Universal Studios, and they did film stuff for Nickelodeon. Oh, damn.
Think about it. Ghost Town is Ghost Town is the set of Hey Dude with all the lights off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the kicker. Here's what got me though. So right around the same time this movie came out, if you were living in the DMV area, we had Wild World. Wild World had a Wild Wild West set that looked exactly like Ghost Town.
But here's the thing. It's easy to make a Ghost Town set. Just sand, a lot of brown, cactus, a tumbleweed.
So you had Ghost Town. You had the fucking Mayan temple, as I dubbed it.
I hate the Mayan temple because that looked like that was Legend of the Hidden Temple. It looked kind of like, I ain't say it was, but I was like, this is Universal Studios. You had the street set from insert whatever TV show that was popping up back in the 90s. That was actually my favorite one. That was actually my favorite set.
I was just about to mention that. That street city you're talking about is Doom City.
Yeah, Doom
City. Doom City was the one I was talking about. Somebody was a fan of this show and put that in the set of the King of Fighters movie. Why? Because that same random homeless dude that got punched out and dude took his hat to make himself Terry Bogard. I'm like, why does this look like the set? Why does this look like WMAC Masters Doom City?
All right, Eris, since for a lot of people that don't know this, well, they should know this, I'm gonna bring it out. Eris, right in front of me, I have a lemon, I have a cherry, and I have a grape sticker. Which one do you want? Because when you bring up not only a shitty King of Fighters movie, you bring up the fact that I forgot that the nigga had to punch somebody to look like Terry Bogard. I forgot about that. But did you mention that? Which one you want? Lemon, cherry, or grape?
Oh, we going lemon today.
There you go, my nigga. There you go.
Pushing 50 midlife crisis Terry Bogard. Jesus.
He pushed him. The oldest dude didn't even do nothing.
No. You didn't hear me. I said pushing 50 Terry Bogard.
Pushing 50. Yeah. That Terry Bogard looked like at any minute he was going to say, "Goddamn, Stephanie, now I got to watch the kids this weekend." But she fucking can't.
So you had that. So you had Doom City. Horror. You had Doom City.
Fucking horror.
You had, if the show wanted to get spicy, you had Danger Doc, which was actually pretty dope.
I only seen that. I remember only.
They only had it. They only had it. They only played it 3 times in the show, at the very least. 3 times. You had Nuclear Nightmare, which I remember because that's the one where fucking Panther and Machine fought in. And Bam, and I think Kid Carmichael fought in too. Stone Valley. And then you had the Dark Alley. That was the other one. That came in like season 2, which I gotta admit, I think that was fucking what's his face's fucking MC Hammer Pants' Tiger Claw's fucking favorite fucking scenario and scene and stuff, honestly. So there's that.
Tiger Claw? Hold on. I gotta point out something about Tiger Claw. We made this joke as we were all watching the show to get prepared for this. Tiger Claw, number 1, looked like a Trump supporter. Number 2, Tiger Claw looked like that dude where at some point in time before he did this show, he was a former cop. If you go off of his haircut alone, If he pulled you over, first of all, if he was a cop and pulled you over, you were getting a ticket from him.
First off, I'm not gonna say he's a Trump supporter, but he is Blue Lives Matter like a motherfucker. I give him Blue Lives Matter. I don't know if he's a Trump supporter, but he Blue Lives Matter all the fucking way. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I give him for real, dude. And I say for real, dude, because for real dudes are like this, that they won't support Trump. They won't say Blue Lives Matter, but they hit this bullshit. Well, I think it really is disrespect if you do not honor the flag. Because, like, look, hey, that's a hard line for me, okay? That's a hard line for me. He looks like one of them.
Look, I love the MC Hammer Tiger pants that he got on. Them shits were fucking hot.
I'm sorry, Cameron just killed me with this one. He's like Mojo Riley's uncle. I am done.
Bruh.
I'm done. I quit the internet. Thank you.
Oh my God. Look, man, I will say this though. Like, okay, we look at the cast, right? So a couple of things. I thought it was great that Hosan Pak and his brother, they dressed just like their MK counterparts.
Oh, absolutely. And
like, even though his brother, I think about it. Because Hosan actually did Liu Kang in both games, but I like that his brother dressed like he did in MK1, and he dressed like Liu Kang, and Hosan dressed like MK2 Liu Kang. I thought that was actually great.
Hold on, can we point out something about Hosan? Can we acknowledge the fact that Hosan, his fighting avatar, whatever they puts him, whenever he's put side by side, it's literally him doing Liu Kang's fireball.
I know, yeah.
It's like, what?
I'm
looking at it like, yo, Hosan, I get it. You are Liu Kang. No one will ever take that away from you. Yes, people will always look at Robin Shue and say that that's Liu Kang. No, bro, you are the original Liu Kang. All right.
I got a feeling his brother feels some sort of way though. Every time it's like, oh, goddamn Hosan, I fucking hate you. Fucking hate you. It's all about Ho Young. How about that?
He rode that for a little bit. Yeah, man. Yeah. I was original Liu Kang, man, before any of that shit.
Meanwhile, Ho Young looking at him like, really, nigga? Really? We're at a birthday party. What are you doing here? What are you doing?
This ain't about you, man. It ain't about you there, man. It's about the look good. Yeah, I know it's about the look good, but nobody want to hear about your past, man.
Hey, you know what? The storylines were funny in the first season because let's talk about this. So, first off, shout out to Great Wolf's son. He actually contacted me on IG, and that threw me the fuck off. He was like, "Oh my God, thank you guys. You guys watched the show," and I was like, "Yeah, people watched the show." And I'm genuinely shocked that this show never got any sort of DVD release of any kind whatsoever. It got 3 VHS releases, and that's it.
I believe it. I think it's just one of those situations where there's no. I don't want to say there's a bit. I don't think. I don't think it's bit. Wait a minute.
Cam, all right, look, stop it. Leave it alone.
I'll be asking.
The whole song is asking for I was Liu Kang discounts at McDonald's.
Now you know.
Cheesecake Factory, dog. He be fucking.
Oh no. He did it. I guarantee he did that thing that all Asian niggas do when they chew the gum out. Yeah, so he did that. So, I don't look familiar to you. No, sir. What do you want? None of this. Woo! Like, dog, I don't know what the fuck you want.
Look.
Dog, what do you want, man? The number 1 and number 2, motherfucker. I got a line behind you.
Look, D, I do not want to know. I do not, Cam, I'm sorry. I do not want this to be in my mind of Hosan Pak sitting in his
pussy.
No, hold on.
He pulls a pussy. It happened.
D, hold up. I do not want to know in my mind that somewhere at his local Carrabba's that Hosan Pak is doing that pose. I don't want to put that image in my mind.
My man is
every time you go to Chipotle. Every time.
So what you're saying is
Chipotle. No, hold on. It's to make you feel better. Him, Yin Yang Man, and Chris Casamassa do the same thing. There are 3 people I can say that hanging on to this. It's those 3.
I'm gonna say this right now. Yin Yang Man did not get good until he got the eye patch gimmick with the yin yang symbol on it. Let's put it out there.
I won't give him that.
Hold on.
I won't give him that.
It would still give me and it would still throw me off because I get the backstory, but why does this avatar showing with both of his eyes?
Because the nigga can see in real life. That's why. Because they didn't know consistency whatsoever.
The fuck is kid? All right, you got to realize. Look, we all have to realize because we're about to bring up some other shit that's probably gonna piss off some people because maybe you like Tsunami, maybe you like Kid Carmichael, maybe you were that weird kid that really wanted to be Panther, and so I got to say this: you don't like black girls today, do you? But fuck all that. Just gonna have to warn y'all,
Bruh.
we're gonna be talking shit about, and I mean this to everybody that's listening. We are not shitting on these men as martial artists. No, we're not. No. Everybody in this show, real talk.
Legit.
Real talk. They are legit. They are about their craft. Shout out to them. Now let's talk about y'all shitty ass characters, all right?
First off, did you just love the fact that Bam brought his kid, and I know his kid did not want that fucking
kid out there. I like
little
the drama that went into chopping off this little nigga's piece of hair. I loved it. They brought out the little freeze joke, and the kid was all, the Bam came out. No, hold on. And keep it up to Bam. Whoa, Bam! Because he always yelled Bam. And he chopped that nigga's hair off.
First of all, if I was that little kid, I'd have been heated because I'm like, yo, I've been growing this thing since birth.
Hey guys, second off, we all got that cousin down south that grew a rat tail on their head, so you know they were feeling something.
And I was about to say something to that, Chris. Also, Dad, my hair is not as coarse as yours, motherfucker. I can't grow black locks like you. And
second off, as somebody
I got mama's naughty ass hair, nigga.
Second off, as somebody that's dealt with liquid oxygen. His piece of head should have also been fucking like freezer burned at least, you know.
Hey, Chris. Ninjas penetrate the dome and said in every episode, shut the fuck up.
Hold up, Chris. Are you really going to try to sit here and question the same show that allowed us? Hold on. You're really going to question the same thing that allowed me to see a Native American man, Great Wolf, punch through 600 pounds of ice.
Hey. First off, got to also shout out to the show being serious. I appreciate they actually had a legit Native American on that show. That is a rarity, especially in the 90s. It's a rarity.
No, Eris, don't let that nigga scoop past that.
I'm not letting him scoop
I'm not scooping past it. I'm just pointing it out, but continue. Yeah,
I'm not letting him scoop past it at all.
Him karate chopping 600 pounds of ice was bullshit. He dim mocked the shit out of it.
He dim mocked it. I'm like, yo, did he? When I saw him do it, I said, yo, did he just Van Damme 600 blocks, like 600 pounds?
He the shit out that motherfucker, yeah. No, and the worst part was me and my son are trying to look at it because they show replays of the bitch, right? And when they went up to the first one, I'm like, okay, it did travel. It's still bullshit.
No. And then, hold on. And then you got Shannon. And then hold on. And shout outs to my '90s boot thing. Shannon Lee just going along with it, where she's like, you could see at the moment of impact, the force of his chop traveled through the ice and shattered it, breaking the record.
Shannon, baby, just because you believe in the product doesn't mean the rest of us.
Did you love?
You can't say. Hold on, you can't say that. You can't say that because she only believed in that product for one season.
No. I meant to tell you this. I told this to Chris last night. I called him last night. You know, we just talk about other shit, and I said this, and I really mean this. When it comes to Shannon Lee on that show, I think she got focus tested right the fuck out that show. I bet they gave it to a bunch of us niggas, you know, niggas like us, 83, 84, 85 ass kids. Hey, kid, what do you like about this show? What do you like about Shannon Lee? She talks too much. I already know the rules. Shut up. Well, Shannon, got to see you later. Shannon, all right, see you in hell.
Let me tell you something.
What I think
hey, you talking about fucking Great Wolf and he'll hit the ice?
Tested her right the fuck out that bitch. Yeah?
They made it known after he did that whole shit with breaking the ice. Every time they did the intro to WC Masters, Great Wolf, like what?
Hold on.
All right,
Actually,
all right,
wait, Chris. No, it goes further than that. See, in the beginning of the first season, it was him breaking that one. It was him breaking the rock.
Yeah, that's all it was.
It was just him breaking. It was him breaking that long rock. After he did that, every intro was him breaking the ice.
Bruh, man. Hey, look, I also just going to
you know what? Hold on, and you know what? We never seen him break the rock on the actual show.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, hey, dude, I equated to Vegeta turning Super Saiyan in space. Didn't see that shit, but look cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Look cool, but
No, hold on. Can I also go with you on this one just to add on to it? You're right. Seeing Vegeta transform to a Super Saiyan space looks awesome. Never happened in the show. Same thing with the beautifully animated Trunks cutting Frieza in half.
nah, never happened.
Never happened. Oh, it happened, but the animation was horrible.
Yeah, Toriyama pulled the old 80s trick on us. Like, you love that G.I. Joe intro? Now watch us work.
Watch us work.
It's like, okay, I guess.
We're sitting in the F squad.
No, you know what?
Seriously, ask yourself this. You love Silverhawks, right? Or do you just like the intro to Silverhawks? Ask yourself that question.
Hold on.
As a Silverhawks fan, I check everybody. As a nigga that loves Silverhawks, I check everyone. Hey, look, but I like Silverhawks. Pause, my nigga. It's just a fucking intro, isn't it?
Wait.
It's just a goddamn intro, isn't it, nigga?
D, the same people, CJ, you could agree. The same people that like Silverhawks are the same people that like Mask. You like the intro.
That's all
name an episode of Mask. You can't? Exactly. I can't name an episode of Mask.
Name the lead Mask.
No, wait. Name a character. Name a character from Mask besides Trekker. All right.
I'm mad that I just said name the lead Mask. Yo, for real. Hold on. This is for Chris. Chris, it's your show. It's your show. It's your because you stand for the comics and Marlon Wayans being in that fucking movie. So I'm gonna ask you again. Fuck your show for jerking me off as a young child, nigga. Every fucking Saturday. You see a muscle, you see somebody get nicked by a bullet, they're shooting, all American hero, all that shit, nigga. And then the show starts. Immediate animation error. Just immediate. The show starts. Oh, fuck G.I. Joe for that shit. Yeah.
But WM is like, so you have.
Okay, hold up. Hey, all right, Sharp. I'll give you that. All right, Richard, you got it. Demolition, duel to the death.
Okay,
huge
fair enough. Fair enough. No, here's the kicker. So Great Wolf and Tiger Claw had like a 3-episode arc, which is fucking hilarious because it came down to Tiger Claw like, I didn't like the fact that nigga used that move on me in a fucking match.
Dude,
I told him never use that move on me. I like how it knocked out Tiger. This is how lame this nigga is. I love how a double foot to the face knocked this nigga out. I am so proud that he showed how good he was. Episode 1. That was lovely, nigga.
Hey, Chris, I'm sorry. AD. It wasn't the fact that he used the move twice on him. It's the fact that Tiger Claw jobbed his way to it.
Yes, he did. Meanwhile, every person after episode 1, whenever they see fucking Great Wolf do the move, like, shit, let me duck.
Just duck. I mean, hold on. Can we also point out the fact that this show had the gall, the unmitigated gall, to have this beef go on the entire season?
No. Tiger Claw did what, you know how like your younger cousins does in Street Fighter, where it's like, don't use fireball moves. That's what Tiger Claw did to Great Wolf. Hey, don't use that move ever in a match. I'm like, what?
Tiger Claw was the human. He was the human Tekken
equivalent. He was devastating enough, man.
First of all, Tiger Claw was the human Tekken equivalent of don't use juggles.
Yo. I'm just saying, Eric.
Well, he got a little concussion. CTE is a real thing here.
All right, you know what? Fuck you, Chris. If this shit, because look, if this shit was the Maiden Masher, cool, we could talk. This motherfucker got hit with 2 feet. Oh God, he got drop kicked. Really, he really got drop kicked. And then I got to, hey, get the fuck out of here. And look, but here's the fun part about Tiger Claw for me. every time I watched it and Angie just so happened to be in the room, this is her line every single time she sees Tiger Claw. He don't really fight, do he?
Here's the funny thing: Tiger Claw can fight, but you know what he reminds me of? His fighting style. 1 minute he's doing martial arts, and the next minute he takes a page out of Tone Loc from fucking Surf Ninjas, where he's just throwing niggas left and right. And I'm like, so where's your kicks there, Tiger Claw? What's happening?
Man, it's like, I just swear to God, Tiger Claw's whole style screams, we're behind the fucking Winn-Dixie between 5 and 7 type of fighting. I just swear to God, this is just something very. I mean, and look, and to be real, because it is martial arts, it ain't like. Shut the fuck up. It ain't like
D, I'm so sorry. D, I'm sorry. Look, man. Look. D.
No, now I see it. Now I actually see it. They got like a little they got a little Rubbermaid trash cans. They got one single rope around that bitch.
Him and old boy with the American flag pants from Napoleon Dynamite fighting it out with Dixie.
Rex. You're talking about Rex.
Rex versus Tiger Claw.
D, listen, man. D, just listen.
There's at least 2 guys there wearing a polo to fight in.
D, hear me out, man. Look. When Golden Corral opens back up again,
Fuck
I'm
you.
buying, all right?
Fuck you.
Dude, that's gonna be that dude.
God.
Dude, that's gonna
Look, it's real talk.
I'm sorry, Cam. I hate you. Tiger Claw is the toughest guy in Waffle House.
Tiger Claw. No, God, just imagine.
oh shit.
Just imagine you're a small town South United States, and a dope fiend meth head steals a purse. Out of the shadows comes Tiger Claw, out of breath. But I said out of breath, but because he knows basic level jujitsu, he does a sweep kick and drops the shit out that meth head, and he looks like a superhero.
Oh, so Rick literally sits there and says Rex Kwando versus Crackle Barrel Jutsu.
Rick, I'm gonna need you to stop right now. I really need you to stop. Rex Kwando versus Cracker Barrel Jutsu. Please.
Oh my god, man.
God.
Yo, so you had that beef, and I'm glad that they actually resolved that shit.
Hold on. You know how Bob will check his speed and weight? All I see is bow, bow, bow. All lives matter.
Tiger Claw wins. Blue lives matter.
Can I say, and both of y'all agree, that the beef between Great Wolf and Tiger Claw was like 2018. It went on way too long.
Dude, and the fact that it resolved itself with Tiger Claw contemplating where he's going to do the move during the match, and he decides not to and stuff, and Great Wolf, and then Great Wolf decided not to do it, and Tiger Claw gives him that head nod of respect, and still loses.
Hey, hold on, but they were building up to that in the first place.
Yeah.
They built up to it by having Red Dragon walk around with a camera, and he was, doing like his own version of Inside Edition, basically, of WMAC Masters, going around the different.
Yeah, because all the kids wanted that.
Going around the different fighters, and he just happened to keep the camera rolling on Great Wolf, where he's like, Tiger Claw's my best friend in the whole world. I mean, he's more like a brother to me. I just want my friendship back with him. I really don't even care if I win or lose. Here's me. Oh, they're getting back together.
I mean, did you love the flashbacks where it's like it looks like the camera lens is like fucking like little
it looks like somebody just bourbon all over the lens like that.
You're talking about the fake blur effect.
Yeah, it's like this. That's how you know it's flashback to like 10 years ago, even though it looked like it was literally like a year ago or some shit.
Not even a year ago. It looked like it was 2 weeks ago.
It really was.
Like, one of my favorite ones was the one with Herb I'm gonna call that nigga Herb. I'm sorry, Olympus.
Panther.
Olympus? No, Olympus.
I mean, Olympus is
Oh,
really
Olympus.
a Herb, nigga. He really is one. But anyway, Olympus, I liked his background because all it was his fucking teacher fucking with him. That's all that really was.
Yeah,
It went nowhere. It went from follow what it says in the fortune cookie. The only thing that was missing with him was great warrior knows where he go. That's the only thing that was
dude,
missing.
I wish.
It was racist as shit.
I wish they hired Victor Wong just for that fucking episode.
First of all, hold on. I'm gonna point out something else to you. Y'all probably didn't catch this, but I caught it immediately. That wild goose chase that Olympus was put through, that was shot for shot the same thing that T-Mac went through on Last Dragon.
Thank you for the trans things because I like the fact that number one. Okay, so real talk. So I forgot T-Mac was in this, and then I had to remember the fact that his little short stint on this show, which was just 8 episodes, he looks so fucking uninterested in this show.
You want to talk about somebody, and I blame niggas that look like Panther for putting this motherfucker on a pedestal. I'm serious. Like T-Mac, real talk, could have been so much bigger, but he did. You know, he fell in love with his own height and what he realized, and not that good.
Gotta build up your resume, dude. You gotta kind of.
You're really not that good. Really?
I gotta say, T-Mac, I really gotta say, when a young Filipino kid who was in your movie grows up and he does another movie with he does another movie with 4 mutant turtles from New York, then goes on, strikes out on his own, and does a movie with one of the greatest comedians of our lifetime. Of course, it didn't pan out as well, but the guy has a catalog longer than you.
And he beat the shit out of The Rock.
And he beat The Rock.
Yeah.
And that was after his popularity was done.
You know what? Here's the funny thing about that.
Hold on. And he outran Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
That's not hard because Chris Tucker doesn't look like he runs.
I don't know.
Dude, hold on. D, I got this. Chris, you're talking to the number one. If I don't want no trouble, like was in the dictionary, a picture of Jackie Chan be right there next to it. This man runs from everything.
Also, they were stupid. I would just throw a fucking book at his ass like, I ain't running. Fuck this.
I just like how he ducked out in the first place because he just looked up.
First of all, that was the longest, clearest hallway ever in that building.
I know, right? I'm like, dear God, man. But no, T-Mac pops in. He pops in for his character. And the funny thing is, apparently, this is coming from T-Mac himself. Apparently, they wanted him on for more episodes, but he didn't want to do it because he wasn't really down for like the nature of the show, which was in his eyes like it wasn't competitive in nature kind of thing and stuff. I'm like, it's all right, cool, I guess. I get it, but...
Don the Dragon Wilson, we need to do more. See, look.
Hold on, D. First of all, that's unfair to Don because I have a feeling Don would actually say yes.
Yeah, Don would have did the shit. Don would have did the shit. But I'm just saying, okay. Hey, everybody, check it out. Donnie Yen over here doesn't think that this show is good enough for y'all.
Fucking machine sitting in the back like this.
Let me tell you,
Hakeem sitting in the back looking at T-Mac like this nigga. Goddamn.
Hey man, really? Look, really? Wait, Bruce Leroy ain't gonna say yes? Really?
Look,
nigga, what you doing?
Look, I tell you what, man. All you gotta do, get him, dress him up in some kickboxing gear, name him Santos, and Lou Diamond Phillips would have been in on it.
First off, also I have to point out the fact that I like the fact that they allude to the fact that this character was so horrible that he hasn't even won a match, and he got ousted because he, as Great Wolf put it, he had fake Native American ancestry, and I'm like, that can get you booted out? I guess. Shit.
Look. Hey, Chris. Here are the rules, and here's how the rules go. What the fuck you want me to, Chris? Let me tell you something. You should learn this. You should know this.
Granted, it was season 2, but still.
If WMAC is nothing else, it is a fucking. It is like one of the worst. It's not booked badly. Just don't expect shit to make any sense. Really don't. Oh, can I say something? I got a question, guys. Were you guys like me? Did you like it when it was the 4 guys in the cage or just the 2? Because I liked it when it was all 4 of them.
I think when they did the
good ones, man.
when they started up the round robin for some of because I get why they did it, and it was actually a smart thing because again we're playing up the whole angle of booking stuff. It made sense. Like, all right, how do we get some of our people that maybe not might be that good, but we can boost them up? All right, put them in a round robin tournament. All right, cool. That works. That's like booking 101 right there. And just the fact that they had to do it by virtue of, all right, you got to kick the shot of these 5 fucking ninjas and rack up points in order to get the top 4. And I'm like, that's great even more. And yo, Tsunami fucking shined. As soon as episode 5 hit, it was like, yeah, Tsunami's part of the round robin. I'm like, Tsunami might win this because you don't overhype him and not have him win. So it's like, all right.
I mean, they had to go. They had to take Tsunami somewhere, especially after that whole. Oh my God, I'm in love with Shannon Lee. You only like her. Look, man, you're only in love with her because Bruce Lee's her father. That's also part of it. No, hold on, that's part of it. But no, I really, really feel something with her. He wins his match, and he goes off of the notion of. Hey, look, anything's possible. And Shannon Lee has the nerve to say he won his match and and just as Tsunami said, anything is possible. And then winks at him like, Shannon, stop.
Shannon would have immediately pulled some light skin jutsu and would not even.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Shannon, stay with your chest. Okay, I will. I like white guys and Asian guys aren't my thing. So next time on WMAC Masters.
That is horrible.
Woo,
hey, look. It's horrible, Eris. I know it is. But the chances of me being right is kind of high on that one. I don't know why.
I mean,
I ain't guaranteeing it. Not guaranteeing it.
D, you can't see me, but I'm literally flipping a coin out of my window right now.
95% chance.
Whatever it lands on, hey, it's whatever.
It's like,
I'm giving myself 50-50 on that one.
It's like it's a 99% chance Shannon Lee possibly has a white husband, so that's fine.
His name is Tex. I'm not Tex. I would go that.
Motherfucker said Tex. God damn it.
Shannon Lee, like her husband, is like, hey, Shannon. What? So how old? 15 years. 15 years apart. Okay, cool.
Actually,
she like she has that husband.
Oh.
She was 34.
What you got, CJ? What you got?
Time out. Her husband is actually.
Hey, Mac.
No, her husband is Anthony Ian Kiesler.
Who's that?
Name sounds familiar. I'm trying to back up.
Probably some old, like I said, it's probably an older white guy. I guarantee.
No, he's Asian.
See,
he looks Filipino.
See,
Hold on. You said his name. Oh, wait. You said his name is Anthony Ian what?
Kiesler. Keasler. Yeah, he looks Filipino.
Dude, he's Filipino just off of the fact that his name is Anthony.
Okay, yeah.
That's messed up.
So she bucked trends. Like, oh, interesting.
I didn't buck trends. He bucked that dick on over here.
There you go.
Like Shannon, you're so wonderful. I know I am. I'm blind. Like I know I am. I'm in an immense depression right now. Right?
Check it out. With Tsunami going through probably one of the greatest episodes he ever had in his life, because my man,
which was a good episode.
He cleaned up.
Bruh, the ninja fight he cleaned up. He busted like 90 points. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, whoa.
He first of all, he came out there hot. He was on the hottest streak that whole episode. And I said to myself, he's never gonna have a run like this again on the show.
Nah, he'll have his moments, but nah, he'll get that and stuff. I mean, look, I appreciate also the fact that at the outset we get our champion Turbo, who looks like he's an extra from off of Renegade.
Turbo, I remember as a kid, he being the only, to be honest, the only fair-skinned one that I don't, because I always thought that Turbo, I don't know what Turbo is, but I thought he was white, but he was the one I did like. I liked him, Hakeem, and Tsunami. And the only reason why, it is the thing, and people that followed me on Facebook there, so, oh man, why you clowning Tsunami? Let me say something. Tsunami comes out on the end of this bitch anyway, but at the same time, I mean, he lost matches he should have won. That's all I'm trying to say.
I mean, the first 4 episodes, it was on some Brooklyn Brawler shit where I'm like, damn, dude, he just jobbing out to everybody. What the fuck is going on here? And then
Which
it's
is
like,
funny, Chris. Because his biggest major role in his career in real life was being a putty. Being on the putty patrol. Yes, he was one of the lead putties in all of the episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Please tell me he was the super putty.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Super putty one time. Nigga, I can imagine the stuntman like, oh, I want to do that one.
Now, I gotta say this about WMAC Masters. This is just something else I gotta add. When people say that the writing in WWE sucks, I will point to this show and say, watch the first 6 episodes. Just watch season 1, and you tell me that the writing in WWE is worse.
Yo, speaking of which, well, 1990. Well,
thank you, Cam. Yes, Tsunami was the Dolph Ziggler of WMAC Masters.
Yes, he was. Which is a little fun thing about it. This was a syndicated show, and WWF Superstars was a syndicated show, and in one of the episodes, the one that had to do with Herb looking for the dude his master. It was like it was the radio station. You hear, "Hi, I'm Tom Pettingill." Like, oh shit, Tom Pettingill. Oh damn, wow, woo! I know that reference. Fucking kill me, I'm old.
Hey, we had to talk about this. So I know we give shit to Panther and stuff. I appreciate the fact that dude is still busting his ass to this day.
Yeah, he is
still busting his ass. I was like, oh, he's still okay, shit.
Yeah, that man's still working.
Him, Warlock, Kid, Carmichael, and her son Pac still is doing shit, but I don't know what he's doing. But quite a few of them are still working. Warlock was like the lead stunt coordinator on a couple of really good stuff. He was connected on Marco Polo, which was a really good show. That
makes perfect sense considering how great that fucking show was.
That show was really fucking underrated, but really good martial arts on that show. He was behind it. Bro. So that's just cool to see. I know one person in this show, I forgot who it is, does have a credit on John Wick, but I think it's like the first one, and I think it was just like random Asian getting shot in the face. So
I do want to point out the influences that this show low-key produced. Mm-hmm. So you look at the combination of both Great Wolf and especially Turbo, the two of them gave Thunder his look in the Killer Instinct reboot in 2013. Mm-hmm. Because one of Thunder's extra costumes, if you buy the whole, if you buy all the parts, you can make him look like Turbo.
Cool.
Yeah. That
same
makes
thing.
Perfect sense.
the same thing with his other costume. His other costume, it's Great Wolf.
Shit.
All the costume parts make him look like Great Wolf, and they did the same thing with TJ Combo. TJ Combo, he has a costume where he looks like Dylan from Predator.
Damn.
I think I know this show had to inspire some kid who's a stuntman now. Had to, because this show really was like everything we kind of wanted. We wanted there to be a martial arts WWE style show.
And it wasn't just like straight up, and it wasn't like they were all practicing, oh, they just do karate. No, they had different martial arts style. Wushu, fucking Taekwondo, fucking Shorin-ryu. I think
Kempo,
Kempo and stuff.
Wing Chun.
Yeah, Wing Chun and stuff. Kickboxing.
Quite a few Wushu practitioners on that show.
Yeah, Bam Bam was probably the one that actually had like because I know Gary, if he ever watches this, he's definitely gonna probably be like, "Yo, Bam," because Bam.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure Gary watched this as a kid. And
like Bam was probably the one that I could tell. Like him and Princess were the two that actually had like the Wushu stylings and stuff in terms of like the the way it moves and stuff more so than a lot of other characters that did Wushu.
Yeah, and then you had people like Herb Perez, who was that motherfucker was an Olympian. He really was a real
gold medal. He had a couple of bronzes and he got a gold medal. And I'm like, hey, there was a couple of times he pulled a Kurt Angle, like I broke my freaking neck for a gold medal.
Right? But here's the thing. I always feel that you should. If you want a gold medal, I'm all for that shit.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
I want a goddamn gold medal, bitch. Fuck you.
And I think he actually did coach one of the recent Olympic Taekwondo teams too. So
The only other thing I seen though was I'm afraid to even look him up. I'm afraid to look him up. He's a mayor now. Actually, he's a mayor.
who?
And I'm afraid to look it up because I know I got this feeling if I look up his shit. He's like, yeah, I'm Mer Perez and I approve this message. Because all those fat cats in Washington don't understand. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm gonna pull one of them up.
Perez is gonna do like a spin kick and shit, like spin kick and vote for me, Perez.
Yeah, I can just see that shit. This is what I do. This is what I do to government spending.
Oh no.
Hold on. Here's the worst thing. Herb, we know you've been in front of a camera. We know you don't know how to act, but we pretty sure you know how to talk. But he talks to that one. Hi, I'm Herb Perez, and this is what I think about capital spending. And then we'll do the little blur effect to it and everything.
Oh no, wait, D. No, hold on. I can make this even better because this would take place in the 90s. He'll do that spin kick. He'll kick it and he'll replay it 3 times.
Oh, no. Hey, so we have to talk about this.
Which was a super staple of season 1.
We have to talk about this. So, our man, fucking Hakeem the Machine.
Yes,
that man,
the greatest.
Whether he won or lost, whenever he had a match, you knew some shit was gonna go down.
Oh my God, Hakeem to me had the most hypest shit that happened in the show. And that could be because I was a kid and that was my boy, that was my fucking ride, you know what I mean? And all the rest of that shit. But looking at it as an adult being objective, I'm gonna be real with you. There are all the fights on the show, and then there's Superstar versus Hakeem in the fucking subway tour.
I wanted to talk about.
Actually,
the rest of the show is ass. But that
actually, see, you say the subway. I'll take it a step further. The one before that one, before the ninja kicked them both out on the spinning thing, where they were fighting in the audience and shit.
Yeah.
Well, that subway one was
That one was
shit.
good.
That subway one, woo!
Whoa, hold on.
That was actually good.
First of all, that subway fight. The whole fight was good, but the subway fight, I swear, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm laughing because the earthquake, and then when the water came in, I immediately thought of Chris. He ran up those stairs.
Because again, if you're like us, like so, if you're rewatching this, since it was at Universal Studios, they did use the set from that ride that actually was in Beverly Hills Cop 3 and any other rides, right? So they used to. I laugh at the fact that they use that set and they also try to tie into the fact that there was an actual earthquake at the WMAC Master Studio at the same time, and they continued it. They didn't even say, "Hey, pause! We're gonna continue this shit."
I was so mad because I said, "Yo." The fact that they had the nerve to have an earthquake take place twice. I was like, when has there ever been an earthquake?
Did you peep the truck? The truck fell down too at the same time. I'm getting
to that. When the truck came down, I said, "Oh my God, it's the ride from Wonderworld from Beverly Hills Cop." Like,
oh my God,
it's that ride. Like, wow.
No. When the truck came in, I was like, they brought Optimus Prime in this.
They brought Optimus.
Well, guys, did you love that they played up? They played up on the aspect of like, hey, they gotta take him on the WMAC tram, and I'm like, you just put him on the fucking ride. That's all you did. You just put him on the ride.
Hold on. Not only that, did you like the fact that this was the coveted undisclosed secret location for them to fight?
Because
you want to know the best part about all of this? The commercial break before this part came on. Universal Studios, where you can ride
the movies.
Let me tell you something. See, this is where the turning point of WMAC Masters is. Whereas the first season, they injected some background on the people that's there, but you're like, all right, fine, you're with it. It was just standard matches. It's cool. Then that finale hit, and I think that's where you said, D, they pushed Shannon out because they interjected this whole premise of, this super secret, the Cobra Commanders, they're trying to get after the Superstar thing because the Ninja kicked out Superstar and fucking Hakeem in the last match, which is unheard of. And then Ninja vanished. And I'm like, what?
Hold on, can I point out something? Hold on. I'm gonna point out,
best.
and I gotta point out one other thing. The moment that Ninja did that, we got the famous last words from Shannon Lee. Who is that masked ninja?
What?
Dude, right, I swear, right after that, it just says to be continued. We didn't even get like a final title card or anything from Shannon Lee. It was just who is that masked ninja? Season 2 starts off and she is gone.
Who is that masked ninja? Shannon, who is it?
And then season 2 just decided we're gonna put a fucking plot in your show, and I think that's when you kind of realize, oh, this show is gonna end, because that's the death knell for a lot of 90s shows. Period.
And that's the real downside when it comes to sports entertainment, and AEW is starting to realize that shit too. Gimmicky, dumb shit gets you ratings. Doing dumb, wacky stuff gets you ratings. All that wrestling, yeah, that's cool. But what we want is somebody printing it by a motherfucking, I don't know, dirt bike. That's what we want.
I mean, they interject us.
I do want to point out one thing about Hakeem the Machine. Hakeem the Machine, in my opinion, is what a lot of people look back on Attitude Era wrestlers as the hungry ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
but he sold it for me consistently, though. I liked it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He was the Attitude Era version of the hungry ones. Like because you think back to all those dudes from the Attitude Era. Those dudes were hungry. When they put on a show, they put on a show. You were guaranteed a good show every Monday and Thursday night and pay-per-view.
Yep.
I think with Hakeem, people he was the most recognizable.
He's the most recognizable, and yes, because I was watching the show already before I saw him in the movie, I literally lost it when I saw him in Mortal Kombat fighting Liu Kang.
I know, man. I think a lot of us who did watch the show realize that shit.
I knew right away, because before I went to go see the movie, I was watching WMAC Masters on TV. Then, like 3 hours later, I'm going my way to the movie theater. I'm sitting here watching Liu Kang's first fight. I just see the dreads, and as soon as I saw the face, I was like, "Oh my God, it's Hakeem!" Now, if he came out there with the machine gimmick, I would have hollered. All right.
I mean,
motherfucker won't let that shit go.
He won't let it go. No, at that point, that's what you can say. Hey, Mortal Kombat and WMAC Masters exist in the same universe.
Oh, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this first season, though.
It doesn't my universe. I don't know about you.
We talked about it earlier with the women and stuff. The first season and even the second season to a degree, they were infamous for really not showing all the women matches. It was on some like, what the okay, and then sometimes
the best one for me was this. It's going to be Lady Lightning versus Baby Doll. Hey, where's Baby Doll? Everybody's looking for Baby Doll. Fine, Great Wolf. Hey, Baby Doll, what's going on? I'm just here by myself. What's going on? We were trying to find you.
I'm thinking about quitting.
What's going on?
I'm thinking about retiring.
I'm thinking of...
And here's the thing.
We gotta talk about the dumbness of a lot of the storylines.
My lovely wife asked me a dumbass question asked me a question about the show, which was her fault. She said, D, how many fights has she been in so far? I'm like, Angie, this is gonna be the first fight that we've seen her in.
Officially seen.
Because meanwhile, you're like, wait. So how did they get the record before? Stop using your brain. Stop.
No, and here's the best part. She was fighting. She goes to fight Lady Lightning. Lady Lightning is the women's champion. I'm like, I'm sorry, Lady Lightning. How many female fighters did you wash just to get to this point?
Well,
how did you get to this point so fast? We're only in episode 3.
Also, we only seen 3 women so far, so that makes me think you beat Baby Doll already too.
Hey guys, you remember when Tarantula came down and was like, "I'm gonna retire"? No, not Tarantula. Black Widow was like, "I'm gonna retire," and I'm like, "Black Widow, we haven't seen you fight not a single goddamn match
ever.
What?
Not once.
And you're the Dragon Star champion. When did this happen?
I swear, when the the exchange of full Dragon Star belts, that went by so quick because Olympus was the Dragon Star champion, and then he immediately womps himself off the platform in his fight against Superstar.
He yeeted the fuck out of himself. I laughed my ass off. This motherfucker goes in for the leap kick, and Superstar was like, "Nah, nigga," ducked, and he just fell off. I fucking died. Died.
Dude, you heard him hit the Willenheim scream on the way down.
Like, ah! It's like, okay, well, that happened. You know,
you ever jump off the ledge in X-Men, the X-Men beat 'em up game? Ah!
Dude, hold on. That was the equivalent. That was the equivalent of that. It was also the equivalent of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hey, who turned out the lights? Falling down the manhole.
You know what made that even better? The fact that you had to see the little double kick. You know when you see somebody does a jump kick and you see like a double kick? You got to see the full double kick as this nigga smooth fell off the platform, man.
Okay, but here's the thing too. So you got Black Widow retiring, which was like, all right. I would say Chameleon and Lady Lightning were like really the only two chicks that had some personality worth a damn. If you want to be real,
they're the only ones that
Chameleon just had a chameleon, and she had British titties. Well, Australian titties.
Australian, British, yeah.
What's New Zealand?
New Zealand. It might have been New Zealand, maybe.
No, look. Them cans came straight out of Auckland, all right? Let's move on.
hey, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised they didn't pick her as a Sonya Blade replacement for Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I'm shocked.
She would have. Look, I could have seen her pulling it off. She'd have been fine because I did like her gimmick. She has that was more like an iguana rather than a chameleon.
Yeah, it really was. It was an iguana. I'm like,
well, why was her name chameleon then?
That doesn't make any sense. It really made no sense. She had a literal iguana, but she was called the chameleon. Number two, going into the other female fighters, Baby Doll, they try to give her the backstory. D, you and I laughed at this one when she was a little kid, and her father, who was clearly Red Dragon with the sprayed on salt and pepper setup with his hair, she tried to go for the brass ring. Had the whole backstory and everything. Then she talked about. Then it went even further. Good God, was her backstory long? Her backstory was so long it went into the time when she actually grew up and saw her father in the middle of Universal Studios, Florida, performing the stunt, aka
where you ride the movie, sir. Where you ride the movie,
aka we're watching an attraction right before our eyes. And oh my God, it looks like I really thought they were going to go dark for a hot second and say that her father died performing a stunt. No, he came out of it just fine. And why? Because it was something that he really had to do.
Yeah.
He really had to do that, Eris.
That was his brass ring.
Wait a minute. So wait. I just realized something. What the fuck did that have to do with her retiring?
No, D, right? No, see, CJ, you messed it up. When D asked that question, what did they have to do with her retiring? WMAC Masters will be right back. But hold on, because I really want to go into the backstory of like all these guys. First of all, really, Ray? Scorpion was Baby Doll's dad.
That's what everybody said. Everyone like, ain't that Red Dragon? Ain't that
I think so. It's like close enough.
No. Bigger words. Here's Angie the whole time. Like your dad looked like Jesse Stephanopoulos over here.
But no, seriously, the backstory.
Baby Doll, have mercy.
Like Red Dragon. I mean, not Red Dragon. Sorry about. Olympus, his backstory. Oh my God, your gold medal was swiped
by the fucking dude from fucking Insecure, I think. I don't know.
Right, it was the dude from Insecure. Like he swiped it, and after he's literally sitting outside the principal's office, and he said, "Hey, I sat down and I talked with him for a couple of hours, and I got him to turn his life around, and he became a fan of me." Dude, he came back to the school like literally another hour later just to see that same kid sneak back and put the gold medal back in. Like, bro, we knew it was you.
It's like I knew he had a good heart and stuff. He was a good kid. I thought it was gonna be some shit like some after school special where we found out like 2 days later the kid got shot in a gang shootout or some shit.
Again, every time we think that the show is gonna go somewhere interesting, it immediately lets us down.
It's like, did he just shot in the gang? Oh no, he's still alive. Oh, all
Dude,
right.
how about Hakeem? Now Hakeem's was really simple and straight to the point. He thought dude had anger issues.
That's all it really was. It was just like, hey, I got anger issues.
He had anger issues, and one day he decided, hey, I'm gonna fight this kickboxing dude. And what I didn't realize is that I was in a fight that was going to teach me one of the hardest lessons ever. A man got his shoulder, like he got his shoulder dislocated and his leg broke. Dude took.
I like how it was just him yelling the whole time. Zow, 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 zow.
All it took was like 2 good hits to just get him straight up humble, right? He goes on like the longest training regimen ever. Comes back and says, "Hey, I got a score to settle with this guy." My man leap kicks. He kicks the sandbag, busted open, and everybody's like, "Hey, we're friends again. Let's go to Sizzler."
Yo, my son, no bullshit. My son, hey dad, so he just busted. Yeah, I know he busted a hole in his dick. Perfect good punching bag.
I mean, but you know what was wild?
Hold on, there was that. Hold on, we got more. Then there's Ho-San Pak. Ho-San Pak being Mr. Cocky. He wasn't always like this. He wasn't always like this. Like, what do you mean? There was a time when Star Warrior actually saved his life. Like, wait, what are you talking about? All right, see, it went down like this. He explains
no bullshit. It said that.
Bro, my man was a stunt person that couldn't follow directions for shit, and it led to him and his brother almost getting mugged by some random hobo in fucking Southtown and shit.
No, Chris. Hold on, Chris. First of all, you're making the story a whole lot better than what it actually is.
No, wait. Southtown niggas?
No, that's why I said he's making the story a whole lot better than what it is. What it really was this. One of the other stuntmen that he was fighting against was actually the leader of a gang, an actual tough guy gang, right? And he was talking so much trash, maybe you guys should put some better actual fighters in front of me for me to face, and then maybe we won't have these issues. So my man, so hold on. So first of all, so Kane Marco over here is feeling some type of way about it, and he's like, okay, all right, I hear you, superstar. He sits back, waits for the production to be down for the day. My man just decides, I'm going to go off now. He's walking with his brother. His brother's like, hey, man, you really ought to chill and go along with the production and stop slowing things up. I swear to you guys, real quick, this is just a hop off of this subject for like 2 seconds. This exact backstory was used in the episode of Street Fighter, the USA cartoon.
Yep.
It was instead of Ho-San Pak and Ho Young Pak D, it was Fei Long and Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yep.
It was Fei Long and Ken. So anyway, going back to the story.
The USA one, right? The USA
one. USA
one.
one.
Of course it was. I never seen that one. I never really watched that one.
Warlock's whole thing is
So hold on, check it out. So he tells him, hey man, maybe you should just listen to people. What's next? You're gonna tell me that hobo over there is gonna show me how to fight? No, I'm good. So that gives him an idea. I'm gonna steal the clothes from a homeless man and run in there and save my brother.
And do drunken boxing at the same time.
And do drunken boxing. It was ridiculous. And I also loved how
very believable.
I do love how, as Hakeem is telling this story, every time the other fighters that were listening to the story were like, well, go on, Hakeem, tell us what happened. We're missing out on the best part of the story. It was just getting good. What else went down? All right, well, look, I'm gonna tell you after the match.
Gotta wait till after the match is over and everybody's all somber for him to finish the damn story.
I was mad. First of all, I was mad. No, I was mad because we had to wait after the commercial and after the match.
Oh my god, man!
My favorite thing when they do that shit though, was when they break up. Then you always have this one person. Whoa! So you mean to tell me?
You mean to tell me that you do blah 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 blah?
I love it when they do that. Just
so
when
you're
stuff was
telling
about
me?
happening. Whoa! So it was 2 of them? Yeah, man, it was 2 of them. Hey, let's check out this fight right here.
You're telling me.
Fucking check out this match on that old ass 1993 IBM computer and shit. Start hacking.
I love how they can. I like how they can pull out like the most out of place white curved keyboard, them ergonomic keyboards, just to pull up stats on themselves.
Bro, did you love?
I got a question. No, I'm just being real. In a locker room full of, let's just be real, in a locker room full of meatheads, why is there ergonomic?
Here's my thing. Of
all the different keyboards, why is that one there?
Here's my thing. How is it that the WMAC, when they log into the database for WMAC Masters, it's this extravagantial WMAC Masters?
Hey man, look, they got the best QuickTime videos with the best quality.
Nigga, that shit was on some real player nonsense. Like, I don't even think there was one. Bro, dude, let me ask y'all this though. Do y'all remember any websites back in 1993 and 94 that was extravagant as that? I don't remember.
Well, hold on. You got let's give it a year. Not 94, so 95 at least. No, of course not. Actually,
First of all, you don't get. First of all, embedded videos really wasn't even a thing. So the only way to get access to video footage like that was you had to download it first.
So the show already lied to us from jump. Like, man, they already just lied to us. It's just extravagant. All right, cool. That's cool.
No, that's the World Wide Web, son.
I'm trying to think. What was that other? There was the other backstory that was also ridiculous. No, not even the backstory. How about a full episode? The episode where Warlock was it Warlock? Yeah, it was Warlock and Baby Doll and one other person. They were all in. And Tsunami. The 3 of them were all in on the practical joke episode.
Yeah. Like, how come the bucket didn't fall down? That's weird.
Bucket didn't fall down. The bucket didn't fall down. Hakeem was like, and Hakeem being the coolest one out of everybody on the entire show. Hey, look, man, you'll never want to find out what's going to happen if you hit me with one of your practical jokes.
My son asked me,
all right.
Hold on real quick. My son asked me a good question. Like, Dad, so everybody just back there just doing pull-ups and so they're just doing random things in the background.
Lest we not forget. So we see Cyclone.
Dude, the freaking chili pepper in Red Dragon's gloves. I was so mad at that.
Bruh, how is it that Red Dragon didn't knock the shit out of fucking damn Tsunami and them for that shit? I would have been like, oh, you're dead. You're fucking dead.
Look, I lost my Dragon Star. You cost me a match.
You're Biggie. You're Tupac. You're fucking dead.
Granted, I was never gonna make it to the finals, but I'm just saying.
And I thought and at one point I thought the show was gonna pull some shit where he's gonna actually win the match one-handed and stuff because you can't use your fist that doesn't have the glove. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. And it's like, nope, he just.
And you want to know why? And you want to know why they didn't go with that, Chris? Because there was only 5 minutes left in that episode.
Oh yeah,
I'm about to say, they were like, no time left.
But did you just love the schism that kicked off with Cyclone with his leg being injured and he's speaking in Chinese? And I like how Tiger Claw had Japanese. My bad.
That was Japanese. That was
Japanese.
And I like how I like between Tracer with his just overt racism, like, hey, if you're Ching Chong, speak English, and Tiger Claw with this, man, does he ever speak English? I'm like, god damn, guys, y'all went full white on this episode, didn't you?
Dude, what I love was that.
It's not about all white. We're just all in America. I'm thinking that we can all speak the language.
What I loved about that moment, dude called him. Oh God, what did he call him? Oh, Jesus, I'm trying to remember what exactly he called him. I know he said your Japanese mumbo jumbo, and I think he called him like. like your Japanese mumbo jumbo. He's like, come on. He was like, oh God, it's gonna bug me for the rest of the day.
Pig fucker.
No, no, that show would have been canceled immediately off of that. I think he called him something like I think he called him like you mangled midget or something, and he says, "Can't you say anything in English?" My man looked to the left, looked to the right. I'm thinking, dude, he's about to deck Tracer in the face. He just looks at him, points at him, and says, "Get out of my face."
He got him. He got him, guys.
And that worked. Yo, Q superstar.
You know what that deserved?
Q superstar slow clapping in the background.
You know what that deserved, Eris? That deserved us to see at the end of this episode. We deserve to see Yin Yang Man. Hey kids, if you have a bully that's saying things to you, remember,
I don't want Yin Yang Man to do it. I really don't. Which, by the way, I thought his backstory was pretty interesting too. His was actually endearing. I
would give it that. Yeah, like it makes me feel like of all the ones that happened, this actually fucking happened. I would say that.
His backstory was straight up earnest. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had a very earnest. Now hold on. Now I know how you said. I know how you wanted to say use Yin Yang Man to do the PSA. No, you get the dude speaking Japanese, and it's gonna have subtitles, and it's gonna be in Comic Sans subtitles. It's horrible. Have him deliver the PSA in horrible Comic Sans.
No, he's speaking English, but remember, it's like Oscar when she speaks English.
Yeah.
If you friend fight all the time, I feel bad for every language. Like Spanish people that do that, it's like, dog, calm down. I can speak. Calm down. I can understand.
You're good.
Slang, dog.
You're good.
Bring it in, bro. I don't need you to start doing charades. Real talk. I do charades. It's not funny. Actually, it's funny. If anybody's seeing this on camera, this is gonna be funny. I had somebody deaf come to me a couple times actually. Somebody deaf. Oh, I can write really fast. So it's like, do you need this? Do you need that? You know what I mean? I can do that really, try my best. Because just real talk, I know zero sign language outside of a middle finger, probably.
Yeah.
So, or that thing Michael Jackson used to always do,
Yeah.
But one time though, I was looking for a part for him, right? I was like, I wrote it down, and I said, Woodbridge, both of them. Oh!
They knew what's up. It's like,
yeah,
fuck.
they were deaf. You can hear, when deaf people try to and all that, right? It's just when I showed them that, all that which is, man.
Dude, this
like,
thing
no,
drive that far.
Wait, you're talking to you're talking to someone who lived across the pond. Gestures became a second language for me.
You have to. I get it. I totally get it. I totally get how gestures, especially when you don't know the language at all, you have to do that shit, man. I just like it because with Spanish people, like, look, dog, you can say all Spanish, and I'm gonna say, I know what that is.
And the thing of it is, what was funny about the Yin Yang episode was like it was coming off the fact that Tsunami, he did something so crazy, he accidentally blinded him with the wooden tire, and I'm like, I mean, okay, it sounds cool in theory.
Sounds like a great backstory we're about to see.
And then Yin Yang Man was like, well, I was already blind in that eye that Tsunami hit me, so it's all good. And I'm like, what?
I'm sorry, when he said that, here's me. You look like you're not.
You sure? You sure? Are you sure?
Sure, that was a Luffy stretch right there, bro. What? Blind, nigga.
That's what I said.
Volcano looking ass motherfucker.
Why his gimmick, once he got the fucking Yin Yang Man patch, I'm like, oh, well, there's your gimmick right there, the Yin Yang Man patch. Of course it is. It's just, come on, I think this is, we talked about the different places where they fought at and stuff. I think we have to talk about the fact that, number one, I like the idea of the fact that when they got into the cage, they had to hit each other on it. And there was one match in particular that I thought was fucking hilarious, and how was it Turbo that accidentally tripped himself onto the fucking shit twice? And I'm like, how the fuck you trigger that shit twice, dog? What the hell, man?
Look, there have been plenty of dumb things that have taken place inside of the cage. There was that one with Turbo. The other one, and I swear it makes me laugh every time I look back on that scene. Panther literally looks at the camera,
Climbs
grabs
it.
the cage. No. Before that, he grabs the cage just to perform one kick, and he kept holding on to it. And then it got even dumber because he was climbing the cage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Panther,
What were you doing? What was
What are you
aim?
doing? What are you doing? You knew the rules of the game. Why are you doing this?
Oh man, and like I said, the spinning arena for the dragon star match was I actually liked them because they, like I said,
I liked it too.
They get chaotic and stuff because the whole basic premise is, they're facing off inside this little circular thing that's spinning around where they're fighting. If they go out of bounds, a ninja comes in. As they keep going and stuff, it gradually gets harder, and I guess the ninja difficulty gets up because all of a sudden it goes from black ninjas to camo ninjas to red ninjas. And I'm like, okay, I guess
Which
that's
I
what
did
happens.
like the difficulty. I did like the difficulty aspect of the ninjas because it's like watching the endurance mode in Mortal Kombat,
Yep.
where you're just fighting one fighter after another, and then they went into the crowd and were fighting ninjas.
Dude, the shit with Machine and Superstar going into the crowd just fighting all the ninjas. I'm like, all right, so we're just in brawl for all mode. All right, cool, that works.
First of all, Machine and Superstar fighting was pretty much the same thing because Superstar and Olympus did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They
It wasn't quite the same though. It wasn't
as hype. It wasn't as hype. They didn't turn up the hype level. Oh, the first time they did it. The second time when it was Machine and Superstar, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean it was just because it was just all out chaotic because it was just like fuck it, we're just gonna go in there and fight all the ninjas. Let's go. And I
do believe that at some point when the masked ninja shows up and kicked them both off the platform,
mm-hmm.
you saw when Shannon said, "Who is that masked ninja?" He was literally going to rip off his mask, and of course it says "to be continued," and this is when we were introduced to season 2. None of that happened. I'm like, oh, he really wasn't going to reveal himself.
No, he was a kabuki warrior, and the funny thing is, we're talking about.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was supposed to be. We ended up finding out later in season 2 that masked ninja was Warlock.
Well, I know it was Warlock and stuff. I'm just saying it wasn't even like it was a regular ninja. It was just one of the kabuki warriors, and the funny is, the show implies that some of the people that were in WMAC master schools actually are the actual ninjas. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because you point out there is no WMAC Master School, and you're right. What it was is WMAC Masters at the time actually did live tours around the country.
Yeah, this was a big popular thing in the 90s.
In malls. Mainly malls.
Like shopping malls, mostly shopping malls. But I mean, everybody had a tour. Power Rangers had a tour. WMAC Masters had a tour. Ninja Turtles had one. Not only did they have a tour, they also had the Coming Out of the Shells tour.
Mm.
Then, of course, the biggest one. I think the biggest one, of course, was the Mortal Kombat tour.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was the one that
went to a couple cities though. That didn't go.
It was all the big. It was really all the big cities and stuff. It was basically DC, LA, New York,
yeah, it was the big
Florida.
City circuit. It was a big city circuit for Mortal Kombat, but you got to remember, D, they did the Mortal Kombat tour. Number one, the movie and MK3 came out all at the same time.
Of course,
yeah,
you're right.
And then on top of that, you talk about with WMAC Masters, it wasn't quite as big, but they were doing more mall tours, which that was still a lucrative thing in the 90s. Like, you go to a fucking mall, like you were huge.
You go to a mall, you come to find out that, I'm going to see Hakeem the Machine.
Oh, little kids are going to be there.
Things that are hard to do now is mall tours and amusement park tours. Back in the 90s, that used to be a thing that a lot of people did. It was a small gig, but it was a gig.
Oh, dude, amusement park tour? Shit, man, listen. Jeez. I will say this. You can do it, but it's only the ones that have stadiums attached, because last year I went to Hershey Park and Taylor Swift actually had a concert at the actual Hershey Park Stadium that's next to the park.
See, that's different though. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
inside the park. When it's
just an attraction. Good example. Some people do this, not all people. Some wrestling shows will do a show at an amusement park just for like a day or something. That used to be the big thing back in the 90s. Now they don't a lot of them don't do that shit no more.
I was so pissed off. Even TV shows did it. I was pissed because Wild and Crazy Kids were going to come to King's Dominion. My aunt was going to take us to King's Dominion that weekend. I didn't realize it was going to be Sunday. Wild and Crazy Kids was filming that Saturday. I was pissed.
Oh, you wanted to get out there. They would have stalled your little brown ass and tell you, oh, we already got 4 of you. Go on.
We already got 4 of you. Go
You ain't
on.
lying. I probably would have been like, I hate you. I want the t-shirts. This sucks.
Come on, be on the orange team.
Chris, all three of us had an Ice Cube's chance in hell of getting on that show. Much like us trying to get on the Toys R Us. What was it? The 2-minute Toys R Us shopping spree.
I could have got on there.
I'm gonna be real about this. That shit was racist.
It was super racist.
That shit was racist. What black kid ever won that? What black kid ever won that? I'm sorry. You name me a black kid that won that.
Hold on. They did. There's a little black girl that got on there. And
what state? What state, sir? California? California?
No, hold on. It was a black girl, and as I would have guessed, this little heifer didn't know what the fuck she was getting. She took too long. She didn't get what she wanted. I would have known what I wanted.
Black ass would have been like, all right, give me all these toys, G.I. Joes, video games, let's go. You know, it's like, you know. No, that's say so.
Actually, the sad part would have been the video game section would have taken the longest because they got to break open that cage just to get the games out.
No, hold up. Did they have them behind the glass thing even in the 90s?
Yeah.
No. What they did was, I remember, you got the slips. You got to take them up front.
And I'm pretty sure
that's what it was.
Slipping all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was that.
But
then again, actually no. It depended on what Toys R Us you went to, because some of them were behind a glass case. Some of them were just in the back, and some of them were just that slip. You get the slip and just take it up front, and they'll pull it out from somewhere magical. I don't know.
Oh, here's the kicker. So did you remember the fact that they alleged the fact that Panther got killed off in the second season because I guess apparently he knew too much or some shit like that? Because
I don't remember hearing nothing about that.
Tracer looked at Warlock and was like, "Hey, you don't want to end up like Panther was, do you?" And I was like, "What?"
You know, I did hear about that. Like,
I was like,
nowhere, Panther wasn't even on season 2 after that point.
Well, they alleged that Panther was a part of that little group. Apparently, that's what they alleged. And I was like, so did Panther get taken out? Okay. Whatever.
Also, did you like that other story that they set up where Tracer was like, I was chasing him down. He went down this tunnel. I lost him in the tunnel. And then out of nowhere, Warlock showed up.
Dude, talk about a guy that you off the break knew that he was up to no good. This motherfucker would eat an apple with a fucking knife. Like, come on, dog. You the bad guy. We know this. Come on. What are you
Dude, you know, first of all, when we have American, not even American. First of all, when we have no eye patch Solid Snake over here trying to infiltrate WMAC Masters by coaxing Warlock into being the mass ninja, disrupting the natural order of WMAC. Dude, how is it he sits there eating an apple with a knife? I'm like, dude, that spells villain to me.
Well, I'm just saying, Eric, you can do that too when you look like a mini boss in Streets of Rage.
He really does.
Yeah, he does. He looks like the boss he looks like the stage boss that you would fight in Streets of Rage on stage 6.
Oh, did you like
I would say stage 6.
Did you like the fact that also when they were doing the backstory on Striking Eagle, that was Taybac's character, they also showed his other dude that was also there that lost, that was like, yeah, they're touring around Europe in martial arts tournaments. I'm like, okay, I mean, I didn't need to know that, but sure, fine.
No, it would have went somewhere there was a third season. Trust me.
That's what I said. This is why I told both of you that the second season was them really trying to stretch their legs and believe that this show was going to last another season.
I mean, did you?
I mean, they had reason to believe that. I would give them that. They had reason to believe
that. But that third season would have been the final season easily. That shit would have.
Oh, third season would have been it. It would have wrapped up.
But did you love the smug look on Tsunami's face when he comes up there and they show it to him? And I'm like, Tsunami. Interesting. Okay, cool. You know,
they never knew it was me.
Because I was the jokester the whole time.
Right. And you know what? Speaking of other goofiness,
I didn't see Tsunami being the third member of the NWO. I really didn't see that shit.
Hey, beware of the higher power.
You know what I mean, man?
No. Speaking of other silliness, I think
I'm sorry, Tracer. This is where the big boys play, huh? Look at that, you play. We're here to play. Warlock coming out. Hey yo. Yo, it really was. I mean, I hate. That's an easy look. Come on, dog.
The WMAC Masters. The WMAC Masters was not big enough for Ho-Sung Park as Superstar.
And let me tell you something, Machine and all the rest of those guys can shove it.
I swear, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when Shawn Michaels did that. When he said the World Wrestling Federation was not big enough for the Heartbreak Kid and Shawn Michaels. But no. One of the other silly things was this was another backstory episode, which actually goes into Tsunami having a crush on Shannon Lee. I think it was Red Dragon. Red Dragon it was either Red Dragon or Olympus. God, both of them had that mid-90s white guy haircut. The freaking Johnny Cage haircut. Anyway,
yeah.
One of them was madly in love with this astronaut chick. And,
who was that?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. So Hakeem and Red Dragon, they're chilling on the beach.
Yeah, it was Red Dragon
doing their fucking Top Gun volleyball shit, and then all of a sudden,
volleyball, dude. They were barely playing football on the beach.
Barely playing football on the beach and stuff. And Hakeem was sitting up there saying, "Hey, I bet you ain't gonna talk to that chick over there." And he, Red Dragon goes in and talks to her. That was
just an excuse for Hakeem to have his shirt halfway cut.
First off, shout out to Hakeem. Hakeem literally ate no carbs because that motherfucker was like, "Nah, you're gonna see this pack right here, dog. Every match. Let's go."
Man, that nigga was skinny with dreadlocks. He was ahead of his time, bro.
Hey, do rag too.
If he had a beard, he'd be
with
done.
The do-rag.
With a do-rag. That motherfucker had the nerve to grow a big-ass beard. Oh, my God. Ahead of his time.
I'm just saying, Hakeem, do not ever let me find out that you had a random tucked back in the corner unaired episode of Red Shoes or Hot Springs Hotel or some type of Skinamax flick, because just saying, it was the mid-90s. You was the brother of that show, all right? I'm pretty sure every woman
look at us and say, "I got to pay the bills." That's all you're gonna do.
I'm pretty sure every woman was literally throwing themselves at you during the height of your popularity. I'm just saying, don't let me find out you were on Jason David Frank's level where you was on a random episode of Undressed, all right?
I already know. Look. If I'm just gonna be honest with you, I have this feeling that when the day happens, because it will, because I know. Look, Hakeem, you see us, nigga. I know you hear us, nigga. You see, we know you. We know you in the DMV, so we know you smell us. That being said, I know what he will say, because what I can tell from Hakeem, he's a very, very humble black man. He will say, no. The person you want to talk to is Chris Casamassa. He had all of the pussy.
But yo, Red Dragon really
you know what he said? Hey, babe. You don't get it? I was Scorpion. Yeah.
Bruh, I swear to God, when he was talking to the astronaut chick, I swear he was coming close to doing that shit. He really was.
He really was.
He's like, "Hey, guy." He's like, "Hey, I'm a martial artist. I look at my high kick. Let's go."
I was really waiting for him to just put up the hand in front of her and be like, you don't know, just so that could be like a little inside joke for only fans of Mortal Kombat to actually know. Because anyone else who didn't see the movie wouldn't know that was him. But anyone who did see the movie, they're like, "Yo, that's Chris. That's Chris. That's Olympus."
So what's going on here?
It's like, what's all these sudden nods and hints to Mortal Kombat on WMAC Masters that we're picking up on? Hey. Oh, maybe because the fact that all the contestants were actually in the movie.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, we talk about the 90s and stuff. We talk about the white guy haircut. Let me tell you something. Again, I crack fun at Lady Lightning and her Cynthia Rothrock mullet of justice that she was rocking in that show.
First of all, Cynthia never rocked that haircut ever.
She did. China O'Brien series, she did.
Okay, outside of China O'Brien, Outside of China O'Brien, bruh, she has been rocking the Blue Mary haircut for a long time.
I don't
Okay,
understand
fair
why
enough.
any woman would rock the bonnet while they fight like that. I don't understand that weird hairstyle. That fucking weird thing that Spanish women get when they get old, when they hit 30 something, and they want to have their hair go up. Like, I never understand why that's the thing.
Hey, but shout out to the whole girl because she's still doing stunts. She her hair is long now, and I was like, all right, cool. It because I hadn't seen, so I was like, all right, cool.
Lady Lightning's still working. That's what's up.
Yeah, but
That is
but
great.
she
I like to say it again. These folk are good. They're good, man. They're good.
Hey, but shout outs to her though. Like when she fights, it's like again, her and Chameleon were the only two that got some plots and stuff, and she will fucking fight her ass off in the matches. I'm like, yeah, I see why she got the fucking Dragon Star and retained it, because that's what makes the Baby Doll episode so fucking hilarious. Because I'm like,
yeah,
oh, she just washed the shit out of fucking Baby Doll, didn't she? Yep,
dude, Baby Doll
had it. I think we need to feel bad for her or good. I don't know why they did that.
You want to feel bad for her. You want to feel bad for her because of the extra long backstory that was given for her when we had no other fight to watch.
and also,
And when the fight finally went down between the two of them, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's totally gonna win this. We sat through 20 minutes of backstory filler just for her to win the champion. If she wins this, bruh, it's gonna be awesome. Oh, she lost and lost horribly.
I can just imagine the girl playing Baby Doll at the end of that. It's like, how come none of y'all in the show ever wanted me to be back on? Bitch, we never seen you.
dog, let me tell you something.
She had like 2-3 appearances, and like only one of them was fighting.
Yo, here's the thing. There was a moment with Lady Lightning when she was like, I got a new outfit. I'm like, oh, you're going to lose so hard? I'm like, oh, she won. Okay, whew. Had a moment there. I was like, you're going to lose, aren't you? Oh, man.
No.
She won.
Then we talk about the stupidest thing. Go, Eris, go. I'm ready for it.
I was going to say, CJ, how can you say that she's going to lose? I mean, dude, she had a literal like plot development moment.
Bro, the new outfit always guarantees anytime somebody does that on a show, they're gonna lose because that doesn't do anything. I'm like, oh, she won. Oh, thank God. Woo, man.
It's a weird thing they got a new champion. They're gonna lose with it.
No, see, with her being the champion for so long, I said, watch, she's still not gonna lose it. Because
she did lose it. It was just off screen. That's why.
Yeah, it was off screen, but she wasn't gonna lose it the day that she debuted that new outfit.
Oh hell no! It was just no. And I think that's why. I think Black Widow actually won it.
I've been on this show the longest.
I got tenure.
Yo, okay. Can we talk about the stupidest thing ever? The stupidest thing ever is when we got a package come into the WMAC Masters place and all that shit. The headquarters. Boom, doom. That little place.
They poured the fuck out of that fucking spot. They didn't even do no scene of like, hey, let's do a B-side camera. Let's do a B-side of the fucking building. Nah, just the front. That's it. That's all you get.
That's the front. It's like they did with Power Rangers. They kept us on the juice bar.
Center.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, sir. At least we got 10 different shot angles of the fucking juice bar. They didn't even try it, WMC Masters.
That is so true.
Okay.
First of all, there was at least 10 different spots you can go to inside the juice bar, whereas the command center was always front shot, daytime, inside, nothing.
Nah, Chris can shut us all the fuck up. Hey, WMAC have a fucking quarry in it?
Exactly.
Not.
In fact, I'm mad this show didn't have a quarry fucking damn theme with the scene where they fight.
We talk.
Hey, CJ, you say that you're mad that it wasn't a quarry. I would have said this: wait till season 3.
Oh, fuck you!
No, I'm dead serious. Season 3 was gonna have a quarry. They were gonna find a quarry somewhere.
They were going to find a quarry. Goddamn it! But here's the thing: when fucking Olympus, Mr. Herb Perez, broke out that crossbow, it did explain to us.
God,
that was so dumb.
Did explain to us that his energy, it was the weapon that could be used for said gun.
If you don't get that Nerf or nothing ass bullshit out of my fucking face.
You know what I was thinking to myself? That's it, boys. That's the toy that you want to sell to these young men?
That was a toy.
Let me tell you something,
That
guys.
was a toy.
Here's the
That you
cherry.
want to sell to. Look. Look. Before anybody says any smart ass out there tries to defend this, I was the fucking audience.
Exactly.
I didn't want that shit.
I want to tell y'all guys something about.
No, hold on. I'm gonna say my piece real quick, D. I'm with you on that. I didn't want the gun. As a kid who watched the show, the only thing I wanted was the Dragon Star belt with all the Dragon Star.
And they sold it to you.
Exactly.
They did sell it. They did sell it to you.
But I could never find it back then.
Now here's the thing. Now here's the thing that's gonna
like that, and I wanted a Hakeem's hand.
And here's the thing that's gonna make you guys laugh and kind of feel a little some way. So originally,
this nigga looked at the Dragon Star belt on eBay, didn't he?
Originally, I might actually get it. I ain't gonna lie. Originally, they were going to film this. Guess where?
Maryland.
No.
Where? Like in China or some shit?
Las Vegas.
Vegas?
That would have worked. That would have
made
worked.
sense. It would have worked, but I don't know how well it would have
Now,
worked.
here's why.
Vegas
Now,
was a spot, but it's weird the success you got from it.
it would have worked for the entertainment value of it. Now, here's the fucked up part of why they didn't do it. Because they were concerned that this was going to spur gambling for young people.
How would it spur gambling for young people when there was no type of betting going on?
You
the
tell
show?
me. They were concerned about gambling for young
You're concerned about gambling. Hold on. Wait, no. Seriously, this is a genuine question. The show, from the beginning all the way to the end of its cancellation, never showed any signs of anything having to do with gambling. It wasn't like there was any side bets going on with the Kabuki ninjas.
Hey, Mikey, I give you my Hakeem Machine figure for your figure if he wins. Okay.
There was none of that going on.
No. Eric, thank you for saying that. Let's put it in perspective. There was a goddamn conspiracy theory plot on this show. What made you think? We didn't even talk about gambling, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. We had a conspiracy theory. We were trying to figure out who the masked ninja was. We were trying to figure out if Great Wolf and Tiger Claw were ever going to become friends again for like an entire season. We had all this going on. Gambling was like the furthest thing.
And the only reason, and it was also the fact that they also, because if they had, it was going to be in Vegas and like in kind of hotel casino, and the whole setup was basically the Dragon Star matches. It would be hit on. They would determine the odds, and the Dragon Masters, whoever won would get like a payoff based on the odds, like 9-2 odds, 4-3 odds, things like that.
You know
right?
why that doesn't really work? For two reasons. Wrestling, yes, you can bet on wrestling in Las Vegas, but it's still going to be the dumb off the wall shit, because the only thing that anybody's going to be really betting on, like, hey D, what's your bet today? Okay, my bet is that Bam is only going to get 70 in this. He ain't going to win it. I just got to make him 70. Come on, nigga. Come on. You come on. Got the spread, bitch. Yes, got the spread, nigga.
basically, you mean like, and I see where Chris is coming from. So you talking about whenever they had to do their their battle royales, when they had to go up against all the ninjas,
that kind of stuff, and even the dragon.
Good example. For example, if anybody, who would have been the dark horse immediately? Tsunami.
Bro. Yo, Prime ain't shit. He said you would bet cash money kids would have been betting lunches on matches outcome. I'm like, God damn it.
No, probably, but no.
I could see something like that happening, but no. Seriously, the dark horse would have been Tsunami, and that one person who bet on him would have cleaned up.
I feel bad for the kid that think Bam is gonna win it all.
That wasn't gonna fucking happen, Prime. For one main reason, you know as well as I do, not enough kids watch this shit for that to be
a problem. That was the other problem. That was the other problem with the show. How can you be worried about kids gambling when, number one, the show is already syndicated?
Dude, can you imagine the poor kid, that one kid in class, like, yeah, go Kid Carmichael. Oh, you sad little boy.
Nah, he hit today. All he had was Kid Carmichael making the Final Four, and he made it. Hey, look, hey kid.
Hey kid, you beat the spread. You beat the
spread. Made a smart bet. You think with your head, not your wallet, nigga. That's how you win.
like, like freaking Superstar. I have a feeling Superstar is gonna win. Like he's gonna win with like not even by knockout. He's just gonna win off of out of bounds rules. My man yeets himself off the platform and won without even having to fight him. He cleaned up.
Yo,
Also,
look, come on, you're gonna see that one nigga in the lobby, Chris. Come on, machine, with your funky ass.
look. So here's a little bit of also other trivia. So we talked about Panther. He actually competed in American Gladiators and actually won.
You know, I was gonna ask you who wasn't from American Gladiators on this show.
Well, he was actually a competitor. He wasn't one of the gladiators, so he was actually a competitor.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, who didn't compete in American Gladiators from WMAC?
All of them didn't. I think the only one that does have a credit is him, because Bam didn't do anything. Kid Carmichael, like I said, still doing stuff. Ho-Sun Pak stopped like in 2005 or some shit. His brother didn't do that much.
Yin Yang Man died of cancer he died of cancer fucking 7 years ago actually. Yeah, pancreatic cancer.
Tough. I feel bad for talking.
You know what's crazy? You know what sucks about that? Now when I look at his backstory on WMAC Masters, it really makes you feel away for him.
Yeah, I will say
the man, because he has something that will, that points out to people that, that never thought that they could amount to anything just because they thought that they were different. And dude went on and goes to die of cancer years later. It's just, it really makes me look back on that episode, that backstory, go, God, it really does hit. It hits different now.
You know what, Eris, I did. You know what, you're right. I think though the one thing I would add on to
I hate that so much. I think if there was any theme song that would make you hate it, it's WMAC Masters.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is a good time to wrap it up. Then
I don't know, man. I like this intro,
show.
Though.
We love it. We love it, though. I told you, it's crappy. I fucking love it.
Look, if Netflix in some way, if you told me Netflix will revive this for 2 seasons, I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I would. Because I only see it lasting that long anyway. So
now hold on, wait. Now hold on, Chris. So you're saying make WMAC Masters a Netflix exclusive, like brand new Netflix exclusive show.
Okay, Netflix right? Would be
no, hold on. I'm going with you on this. I'm saying, hear me out.
Yeah.
So they do a show. Instead of it being, like an attraction style show like they did back in the 90s, have it be on some Wu Assassin stuff.
Nah. You gotta keep it like staged. I mean, you can go Wu Assassins, but
I'm just saying, like, make it like a show and not necessarily a stage show like how they did back in the 90s. Because you see that clearly didn't work back then.
So actually, keep the tournament structure.
Yeah, keep the tournament structure.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
just make it a show like on some Wu Assassin stuff. Just make it like that. Make it like Bloodsport, Wu Assassin, just something to where it's episodic, but there is a legit storyline to it.
The only problem I have with that, I only have one problem with that. I'm all for that, actually, by the way. Only one thing against that. Half of y'all niggas can't fucking act. I'm sorry, half. Most of them can't fucking act.
No, I'm not saying.
No, if you update it.
I'm talking about updating it and bringing in like actual martial artists that can act. D. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah. I'm
come
sorry.
on. Come on, D.
Yeah, it will work.
No. Hear me out. You know full well you would love to see our boy Eco go up against the man from nowhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would love to see my man from the raid go up against the man from nowhere.
I mean, it's just you can
Korea versus South Korea versus Indonesia. Let's go.
If anything, this just gives old boy that played Panther to be like, yo, shit, WMAC Masters is back. Time to make my comeback. Let's go.
Oh, you know full well that Hakeem the Machine will probably make an appearance on the show.
dude, because Panther can still go. I seen him do stunts on because I think he did a stunt on a couple episodes of Black Lightning, and I was like, oh shit, he did. And then I saw like the episodes that he did, and I was like, oh, he can still move. All right.
Hakeem is definitely look. Hakeem in the new one is definitely doing this shit. And look who's in the audience, Hakeem the Machine.
That is all we're gonna see from him.
It's like
that boy good. He used to be bad.
Now hold up. And because you know what? And I hope he's listening to this. Gary Lavarovich Peoples. I want you to be on this show.
Dude, Hakeem really will be the Doug Williams and shit. Every time the Redskins play a home game, Doug Williams is waving at everybody like, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Doug Williams.
Like Gary in that show.
No,
Gary, I hate to say it.
Gary.
I hate to say it. Gary would have to lose a lot. Gary is built like a heel. He would be the Hakeem the Machine of the show, basically.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, he's gonna lose some matches, but it won't hurt him. It's like, no. Hold on. I'm sorry, and this is for Gary. And Gary, you know we love you, Gary. I know what you're thinking. Like, yeah, I could be the Hakeem Machine. Nah, they just get a tall, chocolate-colored brother to do it. Anyway,
This is true. But hold on.
I'm sorry. Look, hey Gary, you're an African American man. It's just that he looks like he is African, and you look Milano. Okay.
Now look. Well, this is true. I'm just pointing it out there for Gary. I don't want Gary to do it because number one.
Oh my God, I love it.
Number one, Gary just looks like he would be like the toughest dude that you would fight in the show.
Yeah.
It's like why did they call?
Look, Gary. I can see right now. I don't know what Gary's name would be. God damn it.
Nah.
No, because hold on. Do we make Gary go all the way goober? We got to make him give some black, black Asian thing.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Do we give him a serious thing? What do we do?
We do like the first episode. So why did they call you Gary?
Why they call you Gary?
And he just stares at him and just walks off.
Why they call you? No. Why do they call you G-Force? Why they call me G-Force? Well, gotta take you back to the army. All of a sudden, be some made up story.
It's like, Gary, you weren't in the army. What are you talking about?
I was in special forces. Hold on. Show him doing like backflips. I was in special forces. I was the best one in my unit. He's like, yo. It's like this nigga didn't do none of this shit.
There's some upstart like decides to come at me talking all this trash, and I figure, hey, you know what? I'ma humble him. Turns out he humbled me.
Say somebody will call him bear paw.
All of a sudden, he see the person. He said, I went back to my master. He was upset at me. Master, I'm sorry. It'd be Hakeem. Look, man, only you have the G-force inside of you. You have to let the G-force. Just
no, see, and that's D, and that works. That works, and the reason why that works, that adds to the charm of the old WMAC masters with the new. You gotta keep some level of lame in the new.
You have to. I think it's very possible.
No, and you want to know why you got to keep some of the old with the new, because otherwise you'll end up with Dark Power Rangers where everybody died.
Yeah, keep it over.
I feel like this show you can do 2 seasons with the show, but nothing more than that. One of our listeners, Marcus, he's all like, "Oh man, what you put like real martial arts and like Donnie Yen and them? It will go broken 2 episodes."
That would be awesome.
Bring it all the way down.
That budget would be along the lines of Sense8, and Sense8 got canceled because it was too goddamn expensive.
No. Hold on, Chris. Let's keep it in the 90s, since both of these are 90s shows. Putting on something like that with all those high name martial artists, this is on some fast lane level of budget.
Yep. Well, it is.
Yeah, which makes me think. I think Warlock was probably a fast lane.
Because Fastlane was canceled immediately after 13 episodes.
Yeah, Bill Bellamy cost too much. That's why.
No, it wasn't. Okay, you know what? First of all, Chris, that's a very good joke. I'm glad you say that's the reason. We all know for a fact it was the cars and the production cost of the show itself per episode was like $1 million and some change.
Why
Okay,
look?
fair
Why
enough.
why we say some shit like that to Bill Bellamy? Bill Bellamy, like, oh no, look who name was on there. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, I know. Where did all the money go? They be like, yo, Bill, tell us, Bill. Like, yo, Bill, tell us, Bill. Nah, I ain't let y'all learn. I ain't let y'all know that. I ain't let y'all know about that. 4 years later, he get caught up on the same charges. Like, yo, he was a part of it. See, yeah,
I can tell you.
Here's ours. That nigga embezzled $20 million
and had nerve to cry broke.
Because I can tell you this much, they sure as hell wasn't paying Peter Facinelli a lot of money. Hey, that wasn't fucking happening.
They weren't paying him a lot of money, and
Tiffany Thiessen, maybe.
Tiffany Thiessen was this. Look, they paid him. They paid her probably extra for doing that episode where she had to go undercover and be a lesbian.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I gotta be honest with you. I think she got paid more doing those Saved by the Bell TV movies than she did Fastlane.
She got paid. She got paid for the cheap and so much more on the show. God, not Suits. White Collar.
Yeah,
She was on White Collar. She was on White Collar. All she did was stand there and look halfway chubby and milfy. That's all she did. That's all she did.
You know what? No, it's not. Hey, I love Tiffany Thiessen. She looked like she was close to like she was gonna put on some weight.
She's not fat. She's just like
she put on mom weight. Once she had a kid, she put on
mom weight. She put on mom weight. That's really what it is.
I mean, that happened. That happens. She ain't like what was it? What's her face? The other chick that did the ghost fucking whisperer shit.
The Ghost Whisperer.
No, I think that's the name of it.
On Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt, who had a kid and it was like, yeah, I'm still skinny, like, and can't hardly wait. You like me, guy, right? And I'm like, you had a personal trainer.
You guys like me, right? You're never gonna see my boobs.
I'll give you side boobs in this Lifetime show, but that's it. And I'm like, what?
You know
what, Jennifer? Because of you, I had to settle with Brooke Burke.
Damn.
Shout out to all the white actresses. Shout out to all the white actresses. With all the black ones, we got big. We never seen their titties. Hey, Gabrielle. No, you're not. No, you're not. Hey, Dally Newton, you can, but it's not going to be the way you want.
Even Lisa Nicole Carson did that shit to us, but I wish we saw more.
Wait a minute.
Even Lisa Nicole Carson, we would get some teases, and I'm like, oh.
Not no more, nigga. You picked the right one. You're never going to see it. You're never going to see an areola, nothing from no more. You picked the right one. Back in '97, you could.
But yeah, you know what? I will say this, just to end it off like this. Like I said, I enjoyed watching the show. It's on YouTube, so if you're actually looking for it, it's on YouTube, both seasons. And like I said, hey, it'd be dope if some distributor put it out on DVD. I'd buy the DVD or something, it'd be nice. I don't know who has the distribution rights for it, but
it's just funny. I just really don't think the demand is there. That's just really what it all is. Well, with everything about the show, it's just that the demand is not there to do you want it at. That's really what it is, man.
Yeah.
And that sucks. It really does, because it had several times it had second life. Even kids in the 2000s saw this show. Because it came out in Canada, it came out on Kids CW and all that shit.
4Kids owns it.
Huh?
Yeah, 4Kids owns it.
4Kids always owned it, actually. 4Kids always owned it.
No. It was Summit Media, then 4Kids.
Yeah, Summit Media, that's what I'm saying. Summit Media, 4Kids always had this show. This is one of their first ones. And that's what I'm saying. That's what really makes this just so weird for me. It's just that you'd think there would be something there, but hey, no demand there. That's all it is.
Yeah. But appreciate everybody that jumped in on this. This was fun. This was a long time coming.
Next week, though, we're going to we're doing another fucking tournament. Except this time it's the World Tournament. Except this time, our boy Goku is going to be in it. He's bringing along a friend. And this old dude that puts on a wig that everybody really don't recognize that as Master Roshi.
well, you put on a white wig and take off your glasses, you're Jackie Chun all of a sudden. It's like, all right, cool.
I gotta say, man, this is actually for D. This is his favorite saga in the Dragon Ball series.
Again, simplicity at its best. Simplicity at its best. It's just great.
it stuck to what made like not even the innocence, but like the charm of the original Dragon Ball. Having them at having them at the current state that they were at the time, and just having fun with it.
Yeah.
I think the one thing Dragon Ball does that they don't do that much is tournaments. They do tournaments right, and they just don't do it. And the fact that it took that long for them to do the Tournament of Power, it was like, why the fuck did you do that like this before, Akira?
I mean,
back then, hold on, because back then less was more.
I mean, it was. No.
I'm just talking about a tournament in general.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in terms of the tournament. Less is more because number one, not everybody was pretty much on Guile status. You had 2 moves.
Yeah.
Well, it was also too the fact that this was kind of like before animes started putting in obligatory tournament sagas in their show and stuff, and it went to varying degrees of quality where you get the good quality, which is Yu Yu Hakusho, which is Dark Tournament Saga. Then you get the forgettable ones, which is Flame of Rekka.
Chris, I hate you so much for saying Flame of Rekka because I was just going to say that.
I hate you for bringing up Yu Yu Hakusho because I feel like there's some kid that was born in 1991 with a gun to the back of your head saying, "Yeah, better miss Yu Yu Hakusho." Y'all motherfuckers don't want to talk about that shit.
Because that's the term.
Y'all motherfuckers don't want to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho. When the fuck y'all gonna talk about Inuyasha, nigga?
Speaking of which, Inuyasha has a sequel coming out. There you go, folks. That's it for the show. So thanks for joining in. And we'll
teenage pregnancy.
Oh God.
What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And this is why I ain't doing Inuyasha yet. I'm sorry. I thought we were all rooting for Inuyasha to bang Kagome. I'm sorry. I thought we were all rooting for that to happen. And it
happened.
No, it happened, but I have the explanation. Here's what went down. Inuyasha thought he was smashing Kikyo because the lights was off.
That's terrible. But it's true. Terrible. Because Inuyasha, wait a minute. You smell like you took a bath. Kagome!
You ain't shit.
That's fucked up. Because Asian and black folk, back in the day, we washed our ass. White folk didn't. That was white people who didn't do that shit. I'm sorry. Every middle-aged dark age movie. All right, remember to bathe. It's been 3 months. Everyone shall now bathe at once. No soap, just water from the slope. Like, come on, nigga.
Retire
Africa.
already.
Meanwhile, Africa. Hey, yo, give me that cocoa bug, cuz. You was after it, man. God damn. Hey. I use the shea butter though. I already use the shea butter though.
Woo! Fun times.
Just please retire. Just retire. Get out.
Anyways,
ladies and gentlemen, I love you.
Anyways, we're out. Peace.
Where